Hello, and I know it's not Sunday, but because it's summertime, you will probably see a lot. I mean, a lot of us with your HBCU events, your HBCU send offs. So today, we have some super, super special guests today that will be here in a minute. We have definitely Mr. Anthony Brown. We have Miss Angela Mumford Davis. And we also have Mr. Russell. And please charge it to my head, not my heart. I don't. I just know him as Russell. He's always been that kind of friend. So today we are going to talk about our various HBCU experiences as well as our special events for the newest members of our family. So bringing first, I love this lady. Like she's, I don't know, she's just like a sister, a distant sister. So welcome,
Hey,
Angela. How are you?
hey, I am great. How are you?
It's hot. It's like 105 degrees here, but
You know
I'm inside.
what? We are in Dayton, Ohio, and everybody watching from Dayton knows we just had tornado warnings and watches an hour ago. So we are not going to complain about the weather. We're going to be nice to Mother Nature, and we just going to enjoy the little bit of sun we got left.
Okay, well, you're right. It could always be worse. You're right.
Yes, the sirens were going off in our area, so yes, we are right.
Oh no, I remember going to school in elementary, and they said if a tornado would never hit the valley. And I do remember a couple of years ago, I was like, I need to call that teacher. She owed me some facts back because that
Right,
tornado.
right.
Whew. So I am so glad that you are joining me on a Wednesday night to
Yay.
talk about my favorite topic in the world, which is
Mhm.
HBCU events. So you all have something coming up in Dayton.
Right.
Last year I came. I can't promise you this year.
You coming? You coming? Your mama said you coming. Your mama said you coming. You
You're
coming
right.
home to Dayton.
She trumped
Break.
everything. So yeah, I
Yes.
will. She said I'm there. But tell us about it.
So we are very excited to have the second annual Dayton area HBCU send off on Sunday, June 26th from 1 to 4. And this year we're excited because we are at the Hope Center campus, formerly United Theological Seminary. It's the property owned by Omega Baptist Church and Omega CDC. So we are very excited about the send off. What the send off is, and I'm going to say this, and I got to give a shout out to Anthony Brown because he is the father, the godfather of the HBCU send off. So we kind of took his idea or researched and reapplied his idea to the Dayton area. So it is an event, a celebration of all things HBCU. So we are sending off all of our HBCU students, not just the freshmen, but the sophomores, juniors, and seniors. We've invited them to come to register for this event where we will be giving them door prizes, book scholarships. We have general scholarships as well. We're going to be raffling off door prizes like laptops, mini refrigerators, microwaves. So it's an opportunity for students in the Dayton area or HBCU bound students to come and network with alumni. We have different, we have about 17 HBCUs who will be represented, 15 or 17 HBCUs who will have tables set up so students can meet the alumni. We've invited our Divine Nine to set up tables so that students can have the opportunity to ask questions. We also have community partners, so people there talking about mental health. I'm talking to students about registering to vote and different things like that because we want to make sure that our students are prepared and that they know that they're supported. So we also have a food truck. So we know Dayton loves food trucks. We are a food truck town. So we have food trucks that will be on site. We have a drill team that will be performing because we want to make sure that the babies are exposed to our HBCUs. So we're just excited for this event. It's our second annual. And we are excited to support our students, to network with alumni. It's kind of like a mini HBCU homecoming. So I'm just going to keep it real. So we're excited. I think the alumni are just as excited as the students are. So yeah, we're ready for it.
Awesome, awesome. So as you mentioned, Anthony is like the godfather of this, and I think I just got too excited because you are giving me time of your day, and I'm like a huge fan of your daughter's show. Like I follow right.
Oh. Shout out to the Riley Show. Yes.
Yes, I love her. So like I mentioned before, we have Anthony. So I'm gonna bring Anthony and Russell on, but I got too excited because I was like, oh, we got to get her to go first because Dayton send off was off the chains last year.
Yes.
I don't even think I sat down from the time I got there. I like walked all the way through. I seen classmates. So I am extremely excited about this event. So I'm going to bring on Russell because I believe your events are on the same day. So,
Yes,
hey,
they're
Russell.
on the same day.
Hello.
Russell West. Now I know your last name.
There we go. That's all right.
Okay,
That
so Russell,
most people
what's
just call me Russell anyway.
see? Well, what's going on with the Cleveland one? Is it the same day?
Mhm.
I believe so. So we will be having our 9th annual student send off on June 26th, and it will be from 2 o'clock to 5 o'clock. And so this year we're doing something pretty similar to what we did last year, unfortunately, because COVID still is in existence and it is hitting the Cuyahoga County pretty hard at this time. We are having a drive-through. And so what that means is that students are able to come in, drive up with their parents, they open their trunk, and we will be providing each and every student that registers and gives proof of their enrollment for freshmen, a trunk full of all types of necessities that are useful to them when they get to their school. I love this because, you know, when you move into your dorm, you're always trying to find the little things that are important. So like extension cords or surge protectors or even like pencils and pens or toothbrushes or things like that. So what we're doing is we're making sure that we're sending them off to school with those basic necessities that they don't have to look for when they get to their respective HBCUs. And then we're showering them with love. We're supporting them. We're making sure that everybody in this area that has attended or graduated from an HBCU knows about it, so that they're able to be there just volunteering, helping put trunks into the car trunks, and then just taking pictures with the students. Just as Angela has said, we want this to be an opportunity to network with our students, to let them know that there are a whole bunch of HBCU alumni here in the Cleveland area. We want to expose children to HBCUs. We have two major events that we have within a year, every year, and one of which is the HBCU College Fair, which normally happens in the fall. And during this time, it is the HBCU student send-off. And so we always want to expose our students to HBCUs and make sure that they know that there are alumni here, and also make sure that they feel supported when we send our students off to these HBCUs. And to me, it's one of the best things in the world. We usually have a cookout, but unfortunately, because we are battling so many cases of COVID, we want to make sure that we do this in a safe way, but just to make sure that our students feel loved and supported on their way to their respective schools. And I do want to make sure that I shout out Anthony Brown, who was there to organize the very first one. And here it is, the 9th one happening. Unfortunately, we were unable to do one in the year 2020 because of the beginning of the pandemic, but we're back at it. And we wouldn't be where we are today if Anthony Brown hadn't had such a vision. And he has been at every one, making sure that everything has been set up in a way that our children are supported, loved, and are a part of a community that we love so much.
Awesome. Russell, I hit the wrong button. My bad. I got excited because I was pushing Anthony button. He probably hit it back so he wouldn't come on. But we have talked about him so much. So before I bring him on, we're doing the same thing here in San Antonio. Ours is August 6th, the first week in August. If you want to participate, the registration for scholars have been sent out. We are registering scholars that graduated last year and this year, as well as transfer students. So I think that's kind of like everybody else. Ours is like pep rally style. We have a lot of games and prizes, but I know last year it was successful, so I'm expecting the same this year. If you are alum, have an alumni chapter, you want a table, let us know. That information will be in the newsletter as well as be out in social media as well. So I'm going to bring Anthony on here because I'm just wondering and want to know why. Like, why did you decide to do this? And it's impactful. But before I bring him on, I got to tell y'all this story. Y'all won't believe this. How I met Anthony is because they kept blowing up social media about how Cleveland was doing all this stuff and all these send-offs. And I was thinking it was a UNCF thing. So I called with my irate self. So why y'all not doing stuff for kids down here in Texas? You know, he's like, who are you? So that's how I met Anthony. I know I probably shouldn't tell everybody that, but I met him being irate, and he is the best mentor, best coach ever. So without further ado, here is Mr. Anthony Brown.
Y'all need to cut it out. I don't even know why y'all doing all this. I'm just glad to be in the number and to be able to celebrate with my Cleveland family, my Dayton family, my San Antonio family. Listen, even my Pittsburgh alumni family got their event coming up this summer as well.
Right.
Plus, I got my North Texas. They do an event. My Detroit group does an event. We all across the country doing these things, and I'm excited about the work that we're doing with this collective group of alumni who felt it important enough to say, let's celebrate our students, because I don't think we do enough to really prepare our students to get to and through, because somebody had to help us. And so the least we can do as alumni is to be able to reach back and help the next generation of students to get to and through college. And I think it's so important that we can come and celebrate all these young scholars for all this amazing work that they did. Now, someone even asked the question, well, why don't other people do this for PWIs? I can't speak on what the predominantly white institutions do. That ain't my business. That ain't my lane. That ain't my house. But what I can speak for, I can talk about our house. And what we gonna do is, like I was out eating some ice cream that had no business eating. I said, listen, all we want to do is welcome you to your new home. And while you're at your new home, whether it be in Wilberforce, Ohio, whether it be in Atlanta, Georgia, whether it be in Miami, Florida, you are in Hampton, Virginia, whether you're in Washington, D.C., no matter where you are, you in Tyler, Texas, I don't care where you go. The bottom line is we want to welcome you to your new home because let you know that we are family, no matter what. At the end of the day, and you got a network of alumni, whether they went to your HBCU or not, you have a network a family that you can cast that net out to whenever you need any support, any encouragement, any love, any motivation, anything. I'm not saying you got to call. Don't always call us for money, because sometimes we always have it ourselves. But who knows? We might be able to throw you a little dog bone and $5 here or there when we can. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure that these students are well prepared and ready to take on the challenges of what college is going to bring them. That we can lighten the load off mom, dad, grandmama, aunt, uncle, and we can just kind of lighten the load just a little bit to remind you how much you're loved. We got you.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Okay. Well, you answered one of my questions already, because before we went live, I was like, guys, I'm getting flack from people like, well, why aren't you celebrating all students? And I was like, well, Anthony's gonna answer that.
So, and also I want to add to what Anthony said. I haven't gotten that question yet, but my thing is, when someone would say to me, why aren't you doing it for other students? And so I would say I'm passionate about HBCUs. If you're passionate about those other students, I encourage you to start something for them. You kind of tell people to stay in there. Like Anthony said, this is my lane and I'm trying to stay in it. And so if somebody said, well, to somebody that was doing a soccer tournament, well, why aren't you doing a softball tournament? Because I specialize in soccer. I specialize and I'm passionate about HBCUs. And I would love to see, you take your passion for your PWI and do something. So, don't talk about it, be about it.
Absolutely. And even with any other school, they'll send out any types of envelopes. They'll make calls to get monetary support. But we at HBCUs know that the way that we support one another is by showing up, showing our faces, by being with our students, making sure that they see that we exist, that we have gone to these schools and we have become these major things. So just as much as they can send out envelopes and make calls to get monetary support, they can organize themselves just as we have to make sure that they are exposing their students to their respective schools. So the opportunity is just as available for those schools as it is for HBCUs everywhere.
Right, because we ain't gonna hold you. We ain't gonna get in your way. If you want to do what you do, we gonna stay in our lane, and this is what we do.
I love y'all. Y'all like pour so much life into me. When I see the work that y'all do, I'm like, okay, it's not in vain. I might be the loudest person down here in Texas, but when I see y'all, I'm like, okay, I'm ready, team. Put me in, coach.
Listen, I want to let everyone know, for those who are watching us right now live or you're watching us on the replay, we did drop the link in the chat. So as you're watching, we did drop the link to both the Dayton event if you want to register for the Dayton event. We did drop it in the chat, as well as for the Cleveland event if you want to register for that, because again, we need you to register for our young people, especially because we want to make sure we have enough gifts or prizes or incentives as possible. But we got to know who's coming, because we're gonna still try to take care of you if you don't, but it helps us a whole lot more if we know you're coming, so we can prepare adequately for it. Because again, having seen, Dayton in their inaugural year, baby, listen, that Dayton event, I ain't gonna hold you. Now again, I know we in year number 9 here in Cleveland, but last year in Dayton,
they did.
Them jokers, them alumni. And with Angela, they showed up and showed out. It rained earlier that day. I thought it was going to be hot. I mean, it was going to be a cool day, but it got hot. It got muggy. The food trucks was outside. It was a party with a purpose. I mean, not only that, Wilberforce and Central State were actually doing on-site admissions.
Yes.
Right there.
They did that.
Oh, yeah. And then students were leaving the way. Not only were they leaving away with laundry baskets, they were leaving away with TVs,
microwaves,
televisions, with laptop computers, with book voucher scholarships. Oh, they was doing it.
Yes, they showed out last year. I flew up there because Angela was like, "Oh, so you're not gonna come? You're not gonna come home?" And I felt we just come up there.
Listen, now, Russell, this is what we got to start doing, because I got a little jealous because these jokers down here, they came up with a commercial. They ain't got their own promo. They got a promo. Let me show y'all what these jokers down here doing in Dayton.
It's time for the second annual Dayton Area HBCU Send-Off, brought to you by the Dayton Inter-Alumni Council of the UNCF. On Sunday, June 26th, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., join us on the campus of the Hope Center for Families. This event is for all Dayton area students who are headed off to one of our nation's 107 historically Black colleges or universities.
Whether you're returning back on campus as a graduating senior like me,
or headed to campus for the first time as a freshman like me,
this is the opportunity to meet other HBCU students from the Dayton area, connect with local alumni,
and get free stuff.
That's right, we want to support and celebrate our Dayton area students. Each registered underclassman will receive a basket full of dorm room essentials.
And all registered students will be eligible for door prizes, like TVs, mini refrigerators, book scholarships, and brand new laptops.
Whether you're a first-generation college student,
or if HBCU is one in your family,
you
know.
This event is for you.
This is a celebration of all things HBCU.
So we're looking for HBCU alumni and supporters to come out and help show us some love.
As we network, enjoy music,
a mini food truck rally,
or maybe even a D9 stroll off.
So join us on Sunday, June 26th for the Dayton Area HBCU Send-Off. Thank you, and we'll see you there.
And they gotta step our game up. They did.
You see what I'm saying? Dayton, they showed up and showed out.
Yeah. I'm proud of my cousins down the street, but we just gonna borrow a few things and bring it up this way.
Yes, we got to continue to collaborate. We want to continue to grow our event. So I do want to give a shout out to Trill Films, who produced the event, the commercial for me. And also I want to say I had some students. There's an organization at Central State University called Lights, Camera, Action, founded by students, and they came up and they directed the commercial for me. Some students came up, so I wanted to show them, give them an opportunity to get some things on their resume. So I'm excited about the collaboration with the students.
So not only so I'm gonna put Cleveland's up too, Russell. But here's Dayton's flyer. Again, we put the link in the chat. But if those are watching us right now, if you want to just capture that and you want to just pull out your phones real quick and scan that QR code, it'll take you right to the registration link right now for Dayton. Registration is open for them. And let me shout out all of the sponsors.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Praise God for the sponsors.
All of these sponsors. They got money. They got either they getting money or they getting in-kind donations from a lot of people. Matter of fact, I even see the Cleveland Council of Black Colleges on here. Look at it. We actually reaching out.
Yes, we would not be able to do this without the Cleveland Council. So we thank you so much for your support. So yes, thank you.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? We're not one of those folks that forget where we came from. So I give homage to Cleveland for the ideas and for the overall support. So absolutely, you guys are one of our sponsors for our event. So absolutely.
And here's Cleveland's event again. Even though Russell did say we have to shift and go to a drive-by situation. But again, we're excited about having our event here on the same day, almost the same time as Dayton. But we're going to have a great time. Even in the drive-by, we still going to have a good time, and we're going to make it do what it do. And again, like I said, we did drop the link to both Cleveland, and Dayton in the chat, and I'll drop it again in a few moments, and that type of thing. Listen, I'm going to let y'all talk a little bit more. I got to run over here to this. Listen, I'm multitasking, y'all. I'm here with y'all, but now I got to go over here. I got another computer, and I got to go say hello to this other audience over there.
That's what happens when you're the man. It just
clear.
Yeah.
Stays busy. Booked and busy. Got to be the middle name.
Booked
All
and
day.
busy, yes.
All day.
I'll see y'all back in a few moments.
All right.
So I good girl that sponsored this. Y'all had to show me the plug because
we are so blessed because people are like, wow, you guys have a lot of sponsors, and we do because we have been blessed, and we also have a great committee of people that are plugged in and respected in the community. So when you have people that are plugged in and respected, they knock on the door and people open. They pick up the phone. They dial a number and people pick up the phone. So I have people on my team like Kenya Taylor. She's very well connected business-wise in the community. Eric Walker, Anissa Lumpkin. They have been very instrumental in reaching out to folks that respect them and respect the work that we're doing. So if it wasn't for our team reaching out to these sponsors, we wouldn't be able to do that. But everybody is in their lane though too. And I think that's one of the things I've learned as somebody that chairs something or leads something. You don't force people to work outside of their lane. You let them master it. So if Kenya's good at knocking on doors and helping, shaking trees and getting us some money, let her go with that. If, I got Pamela Hodge. She's amazing with getting those baskets together. When I tell you she is passionate about making sure that these babies get what they need in those baskets. And she does that. And, her and Antoine Shackleford, they were there today, going around to the Walmarts and getting stuff packaged. I'm actually going to put a little video showing that they're working that room and getting it ready for the assembly line of volunteers. So I just have people that are passionate about the work and that are dedicated. And again, everybody finds their lane and they stay in it. I don't ask the folks, that's getting money to come help with the baskets. I don't ask the folks that are working the baskets to ask somebody to give us some money. I just allow people to work in their gifts because that's when you get things done.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I'm definitely going to use that nugget for our next meeting. We do now. Don't get me wrong. We do have sponsors that actually help us because they help my own organization, and I forego what we was going to do for us, and it's just totally dedicating everything we get for the next 2 months to the send off because y'all know my passion is HBCUs. Like I'll shut the room down. You talk about HBCUs, but just to see the growth, like Cleveland 9 years, and last year, honestly, Angela, I'm not saying it because you on here, but it did not seem like it was your first year. I got there. It was so organized. Everybody was so welcoming. I think I shocked some of my classmates. They were like, wait a minute, what you doing here? Like the Wilberforce table was like, really? You just gonna come in? You're not telling nobody nothing? So yeah, and then it was like a bonus because my mom was there. She's also a Wilberforce alum. So it was kind of like a mother-daughter type thing. She was extremely excited. She loved her school. My dad, my thing fits. Okay. My dad is alum as well. So he didn't go to the send-off, but he knows how passionate I am about everything HBCU. So.
Awesome. Yep. So it was, so we had a really great time. Like I said, the team is amazing. Tawana Boykin, she's my money person. So everything that's coming in money-wise, she's taking care of that, along with our treasurer from the DIAC, Fred Conway. I'm just shouting people out because I'm grateful. You know what I'm saying? I might be the face of the send-off right now, but I am so grateful for all the assistance. I didn't even put myself in the commercial because I'm like, we got other people out here that are committed to this work. And so I just want to make sure that, everybody, gets the credit that they're due because Angela is not doing this. This is the Dayton community. It's not even the Dayton HBCU community. Honestly, it is the Dayton community that are embracing our students, embracing this event and wanting to know how can they assist. I had a pastor from a church, like, what y'all need? Reach out to me. I said, we need some more toothpaste for these baskets. He said, like, I got you. Somebody, the lady that runs a social work agency, Ryan, she said, what y'all need? Oh, we need this. And people are like, I got you. I have one of my sorors was like, hey, I want to give some Mary Kay products to the students so that they can have nice skin. I'm like, thank you. We'll put those in the basket. So it's just everybody that is reaching out to say, how can I be of service? And that is what makes this event so great, what makes it so fulfilling for me. And that's what makes me so excited about our second year.
It's that same community that you want to expose the children to that are interested in HBCUs that it takes to put on such an event like this. when it comes to HBCUs, everything revolves around community and family and support. So for this, it takes that community in the background so that we can push these kids to the foreground so that they can get the same experiences that we had, so that they can get these same exposure, get the same exposure that we had. So it takes a massive community to make things work. As you said, Angela, it's not just a couple people sitting in a room. It's a couple people that are connected to some more couple people that are connected to some more couple people.
Absolutely.
That just pour into this idea of just wanting to support our kids and to make sure that they get to a place that we have been so that they can go further than where we are now.
Right. And it just takes everybody to just working together. And like I tell people all the time, I said HBCUs are like the Black family. You ain't really got to be blood to be cousins, to be family. We all family. So folks that are that didn't graduate from HBCU and they're like, Angela, I want to be on the committee, or how can I help? Come on in. It's like the Black family. You ain't got to be blood to be kin. We all cousins.
Yes.
That's good.
And so we have food trucks, and I want to do shout out to Nina Frazier. I think she's a WU alum. She got all of our food trucks together. So we've got food trucks. We got other HBCUs. Monica Lofton, has worked with getting our various HBCU tables. We got more this year than we had last year. We have folks that just, we have folks that showed up. A couple from North Carolina A&T. They're in the actual commercial, and they're like, "Well, we have to get certified at A&T. You have to get certified to set up a table and represent A&T," which I ain't mad at A&T for having standards. Because can't just nobody throw out a tablecloth and say I'm from A&T. And so they were like, well, we're gonna get the certification so that next year we can have a table. And so she reached out to me and said, we got that certification and we want to have a table. So I just thought that was
that's good.
Yeah.
And that, like you said, it is a community. And I know here in San Antonio, we have like a San Antonio HBCU network that's actually helping this year, some of the members from there. And every day I find like 5 new alum. I'm like, hey, get on the page. And what we're starting to do is do events monthly. And it actually started with the Spurs game. That was like the first, it was like HBCU night. That was the first event that happened this year. And from then, if I find you, I'm like, hey, I'm directing you to the page. Because like you said, we have to, it's not that many Wilberforce. It's only 5 Wilberforce grads here. So, but I'm an honorary gremlin because I'm always at the events. So we just
I ain't gonna tell nobody, I guess. I won't tell. I'm not gonna say.
Well, hey, but that community and that sister and brotherhood that we have, like my I ain't gonna say exactly what my license plate says, but my license plate does deal with something with HBCU. So people be hunking and, hey, what school you graduate from? Sometimes it's scary, sometimes it's okay. But so I'm like, but by that is able to like increase the masses. And then my nephews, I know this is kind of weird. My nephews go to a school up there, DECA Prep. I love what they do. Every classroom represents an HBCU.
Awesome.
So I mess with my nephew I just ask him just to see what he's gonna say. Every day is a different answer. So today he told me he was going to Howard. Yesterday he said Tennessee State. So I was like, well, which one you gonna go to? I said, you don't want to go to Wilberforce? He said, Auntie, everybody goes to Wilberforce. I said, really do. So just to hear that it's the language that they're speaking in the school, and he's only in 3rd. One's going to the 2nd, one's going to the 3rd. But that's powerful for them they know the chants. You would think that they are really at the school.
Shout out to the educators. There's so many educators that are out there and they are, really exposing the students. I love seeing, like, I think it was during Black History Month, several of the educators had their doors decorated, or even year long, some of them have their doors decorated. So shout out to the educators who are planting those seeds early, because I feel like our students need HBCUs.
Absolutely. That's actually, I work in education up here in Cleveland. Well, I work in Maple Heights, and one of our initiatives for diversity, equity, inclusion was highlighting HBCUs. We wanted not only to expose our students to HBCUs, but the staff as well, The only way that we can push HBCUs, the only way we can make sure the students know about HBCUs is if those that are standing in the classroom, whether black or white or whatever ethnicity, race, know about HBCUs. So not only did we have our doors decorated and the hallways reflecting the HBCUs, but we also spent a lot of our professional development days watching videos that highlighted HBCUs. There was a documentary that we watched as a staff called Tell Them We Are Rising, and it went through the history of HBCUs. And it was just a wonderful time to actually sit and talk with my colleagues about why I love my HBCU, what it has done for the country, what it has done for the world. So, I mean, to expose not only our students, but my coworkers and my colleagues to HBCUs is something that I'm so proud to do. And we're just planting the seed. So I'm just hoping that every seed that's planted sprouts up and blooms for many students that will be going to HBCUs. The world is starting to look at them now. So now we need our kids to head that way.
Yes.
Now we have someone that just logged on. I honestly, if y'all see me going like this, it's because I really can't see the letters. They're so tiny, and I'm so transparent and honest. But oh, never mind. I see the name now. I just need to see the first part of the name. This is my Wilberforce choir sister. She is representing another area where they're having a show off. This is Miss Crystalline Barden. Actually, she was Miss Wilberforce. I can't remember the year, but she was Miss Wilberforce as well. So let's welcome Crystalline. Some people call her Crystalline, but it's Crystalline.
And unfortunately, I do have to hop off because I have another engagement to attend. But I really enjoyed being here, and I hope to talk with you all soon.
Awesome. Nice meeting you.
I mean, they're going to be in Cleveland or Dayton. One of them.
We'll see you.
I'm going to talk to your mama. I'm going to talk to your mama.
And then come to the other.
I'm
Just come right up the street.
Right.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Thank you, Russell. Hey, Crystalline.
Phenomenal evening, everyone. How are you?
Spoken like a true HBCU queen.
Thank you.
She's also one of your sorors. So
hey, soror.
So yes, we were talking about the HBCU send-off. They're just giving information. If you have a link, just let us know for the Pittsburgh, I believe, right? Or is it just Pennsylvania?
Pittsburgh.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we just need the info, hon.
When is it?
So tentatively, we have one scheduled for July 23rd. I don't want to give a full amount of information about it right now. But right now it is scheduled for July 23rd. Just please look out for information. We'll share it with Monique as soon as we have finalized information.
So is this your first year doing it, Crystalline?
This will be the third year that the Western PA Council of HBCU Alumni is doing we call it the Western PA Council of HBCU Alumni Family Cookout and Student Send-Off. Yep.
Cool. So I don't know. Pittsburgh, I don't know if I'm going to come to Pennsylvania, but Dayton, girl.
And I do want to throw this out there too. That a guy reached out to me from Lima, which is my hometown, and they're having a send off this year. Now he should be watching. He told me he's either gonna watch it live or watch the playback. I sent him the link as soon as we got started, but you know he wants to pick my brain, and I was like, well, watch the show, and then whatever questions you still have, then we gonna talk. So yeah, they're having one in Lima.
That is huge. Mm-hmm. That is really huge. I don't know.
They seem to be picking up.
I don't know if Anthony's still around. I hope he heard that.
And I know people there are people that reach out to me from Cincinnati and Columbus, like, oh, we need to do one here, but it's definitely going to take more than somebody saying it. You got to get a team of people together that want to do it. But like I said, I know Lima, they're looking to do one, much smaller city. But still, I'm from there, and I know that it would definitely be something of value to the community and spark even more interest in our HBCUs.
Awesome.
Yes. You know how like that to me is just so wonderful to watch how it's just jumping from city to cities.
Yes.
Like, from Cleveland to Dayton to Pennsylvania, Detroit, San Antonio. That's like huge. Like we are winning. And another thing that is like before Russell had left, another thing that is making HBCUs like buzzwords is the sports industry. Like Coach Prime is not playing and with anything. So it's just a buzzword across the map. Like, okay,
we're trending.
Right.
You know,
It's
but
time.
HBC's been abound before we was trending. You know what I'm saying? We've
Absolutely.
been educating people. We've been about
Absolutely.
Black excellence. The world just
Absolutely.
now recognizing, they just now realizing, but we've been out here.
Absolutely. It is about time, is what I was going to say. It's about time because we've been doing phenomenal work for centuries. 1837, and even before then, doing phenomenal work and putting out millions of successful, not only African American leaders, but leaders that have crossed every sect, racial group, for centuries. And so it is time that our young people, our families know that HBCUs are a viable education option, and it's not a less than option. And it's an option where they'll get an education, they'll get a family atmosphere, they'll get faculty and staff that care for them, want to see them succeed, want them to succeed internally as well as externally. So it's about time. It's phenomenal to see.
Awesome.
And you know what? I consider myself, an HBCU nerd, but even with planning our events. So this year we got t-shirts. This ain't the t-shirt, but we got t-shirts. And in doing the t-shirts, we wanted to put the list of HBCUs on the back of the shirt. And while we were gathering information about HBCUs, all of the HBCUs, I was learning. Like, I didn't realize that we had so many community college HBCUs and so many theological seminary HBCUs. So, we decided, somebody said, well, you can include them. They're not always included on every list. But I'm like, no, I want to include those community colleges. I want to include those theological seminaries on our shirt, because people need to know there isn't, no matter what you're doing, no matter what you're studying, there is an HBCU for you.
That's it.
For a community college, there's an HBCU for that. If you want to go to medical school, there's an HBCU for that. If you want to, no matter what you want, there's an HBCU for that. You're studying to go into the ministry, there's an HBCU for that. So I was excited to learn about the variety of our HBCUs, and not just the excellent ones that we have here in Ohio.
Indeed.
Hey, I had to jump in here real quick because listen, I still use my water bottle. Hey, Crystal, how you doing, baby?
I'm awesome, sir. How are you?
Oh, I can't complain. But listen, I still use my water bottle.
Yay!
How come I ain't getting no water bottle?
I'm sorry.
She wasn't in the right place at the right time. That's why.
I'm like, where is that? That look nice. Where is that water bottle from?
It's from the Dayton area HBCU send off. Yes.
All right.
See, yo, giving out
So
prizes.
we block party style. It's great because I see everybody's event is slightly different and it just fits your community. Monique, you said yours is like a pep rally. They're doing in Cleveland, they're doing a drive-through. In Dayton, ours is more of a block party style. So I just like the fact that everybody kind of has put their own niche and make sure that it fits their community.
And they all are nice. Like when you see the pictures, the replays, and the alum that come out. Like last year at our send-off, that's when I met the 4 other Wilberforce graduates. Because usually, they call out schools and Wilberforce, and it's just me and my big mouth. But then I heard you should have been a Bulldog. I was like, wait a minute. They really, they real Wilberforce. You only know that.
Absolutely.
I like stopped like a deer in headlights. I was so excited. I was like, it was only 4 of us, but we did the you should have been a Bulldog. I felt like I was home. And then I rolled up. Chris,
as you should.
I went to Dayton's. From the time I stepped out the car, I felt like I was at May weekend. I said, what is this?
That's the HBCU family flair. That's one of the awesome, amazing things also about HBCUs. In individual campuses, the camaraderie that instantaneously comes back when you're back on the yard or when you're just together. And then imagine that times however many other HBCU alums are in a space. That feeling, that love, that family, there's nothing like it. Absolutely nothing like it.
At all. Like TJ was DJing. So you know how TJ is. Right. We see each other. TJ is my Angie. He's the DJ that y'all had last year. He's a Wilberforce.
Titus, gotcha. Yeah, he was a DJ. And this year we got Brita Bull. She's I think she was a she's a recent graduate of Central State. I want to say 2019 or 2020. So we took it a little younger this year. We had for the old school last year. We took it a little younger with our DJ with Breeda Bull. So she always brings a fire. Her generation, and they love, the type of music she plays. They love her energy. So shout out to her. But we also have as our host this year, our MC, we have from U92, the local radio station, Faith Daniel. So she's going to be our host. Her son is an HBCU student, and so she is going to be our host this year. And they're our media partners. After the event last year, they said, "How can we be involved? We want to partner with you." So it's just been so much love, and it's just been such an awesome experience. Did you hear that, Anthony Brown?
I missed that. What you say?
I said we have from the local radio station U92, Faith Daniel. She's a celebrity, a local celebrity. She's going to be the host. This year she's going to be the MC. Yes, her son is a HBCU student, and last year after the event, the radio station reached out to us and they said, we want to be your media partner, and so she's going to be our MC this year.
Awesome stuff. Now listen, so Chris and I want to make sure that because I know you mentioned your event. I'm going to drop the link in the chat because I just talked to your boy Jeff.
Jeff.
I just talked to Jeff. So Jeff told me to drop the link. So you all have a Facebook page. So he said, well, so for those who are watching us right now, you can go to that link. I just dropped it in the Facebook. I dropped a Facebook link in the chat, as well as here's their flyer again, July 23rd at West End Overlook Park from 1 to 7. I hear the DJ is going to be slamming. Y'all, now, I'm wondering, are y'all bringing that caterer from last year?
We may be, yes.
Listen, baby. That was a good eat. I
can't with you.
But that's the thing, we come out for the food too. So hey,
he said
it's great all the way around.
Awesome stuff.
Well, extremely excited. I might, depending on plane tickets, end up in because Angie said they bringing the stuff this year. I'm coming.
Yeah, well, you know what? You know me. I ain't even gonna hold you. I would say go back home to Dayton. Go back home to Dayton.
Yes.
Go home to Dayton.
We're only 3.5 hours away. That's a rental car.
But see, let me see. But yours is in July. Because if she want to come back and forth, I'm gonna have to go home to Dayton, go see her mom and them, go support Angela and the Dayton IEC with their event. But I want you to come back and see us in Cleveland in November.
I'm coming in November to Cleveland.
I want you to come to Cleveland for our 20th anniversary HBCU College Fair. That's a great time. We've been doing this thing. We're the largest HBCU recruitment event in the Midwest. Yeah, I said it.
It's a good time.
You have no arguments here. I mean, I always say, look, my mentor better than yours. I be telling everybody, my mentor better than yours. Who your mentor? Mr. Anthony Brown, Mr. HBCU.
Mr. HBCU. Do you have a shirt that says Mr.? You have a shirt that says Mr. HBCU, don't you?
No, I don't.
You should.
You should.
That would be awesome.
Mr. HBCU. Go ahead and brand yourself. That's you.
I do have some other shirts.
Quick plug.
I'll be back. I got to go find it. Be right back.
I can't wait.
That is hilarious.
But 20 years is epic. So I do feel that I will be in Cleveland for that. It's still pending for date. But look, why I do have you on here, and I know you are a Central State alum. Mm-hmm. I have 2 students that won the scholarship on behalf of my sister this year. They both are going to be freshmen at Central State. Mm-hmm. They are wonderful students. One, her mother graduated from Central State. The other is I think she's a first gen, but lovely scholars. Like I was like, oh my God, I was so impressed when I met them and they talked about it. Like I know their parents, I don't know the kids. And I was just like, oh my God, they come from good stock. I got to put both on this plaque. So yes, I am so excited, but I want to make sure they connect with alums because that's one of the things that we do that I feel is really important is that once you're connected to an alum, because Chrissy can tell you, when we were in the choir, as much as I hated sharing my parents, my mom became everybody's mom. So it's, it's like that. And I had to like kind of grow up mentally, like, look, okay, I'm gonna let y'all hug on her, but not that long. but that support, like my mom, she would come and hug them at choir concerts. She would bring them stuff. I'm like, these are not your kids. But that community and that love, once you network with that alum, it helps. I can move anywhere in the country, and all I got to do is say, I'm an HBCU graduate, and the family will come. So I hope they meet you. I'm gonna tell them track you down that day.
Yes, please tell them to track me down for sure. Absolutely.
Because one of them, she's gonna be an athlete, and I know as a person who was in the choir and we traveled, and sometimes you just need that support. Like something we never got a spring break. We was always gone.
Yeah, I definitely want to meet them. It's so funny because I've had students that have registered. Some of them are juniors and seniors that are registered because we do take all classifications. Because again, ours is just a whole celebration of HBCU block party event. And students that reach out to me like, Miss Angie, what do I need to do? How can I help? I'm like, you can help by showing up because we're celebrating you. We're serving you. You ain't got to come and work. You got to come and have fun and be celebrated. So just the fact that students are reaching out to say, I want to help. No, you come and be celebrated. Come have fun.
That's awesome. Mm-hmm. Well, as we have enjoyed this hour together, like I can talk to y'all all day. Look at this merch alert over here. Get the merch alert.
Yeah. Well, listen, I don't have a Mr. HBCU shirt. I like that idea, Angela. However, I do have this shirt here. Listen, because you got to understand that HBCUs are a better way.
Absolutely.
Boom. There we go.
What way?
So I'm coming out with a whole new product line of shirts, hoodies, hats, jackets, the whole 9 yards. It's coming. It's coming your way. It'll be on my matter of fact, I even got a whole workshop series that me and my business partner, we travel the country. We can do it virtually, or we can come in person and we can do a whole workshop, and it's engaging, it's fun, it's entertaining. It's by edutainment, actually. We're going to educate you and entertain you all at the same time and empower you about making a positive choice, because we believe in the fact that there is a better way to get to the destination of the HBCU of your choice. Yes.
Absolutely.
That was dope. I like that. Dope. Can I get a shirt, though? Like, on credit.
You got a box last year, didn't you?
I was Mo, you beat me to it. I was trying not to ask. I'm like, can we get a nice little A Better Way little gift basket that we can raffle off?
See?
I can come pick mine up.
You know what? We might be able to do that. Because I think, hold on.
I know last year he had the black boxes, and he made me swear up and down that I would give it to the kids. I wanted to keep one so bad, but I gave it to the kids. I did the right thing, so I should get one this year on credit.
We got gift boxes. So wait a minute. Wait for it. So we got this whole.
I can't with you today.
Box design. Boom. We come with a little gift bag, some little products. Oh, yeah. It's a whole situation.
Let me hold an entire situation. Yes, those are nice. That is really nice.
That is very nice.
So, and actually, this is being brought to you not by my company, A Better Way Production, but I also partner with exclusively HBCU. For all your HBCU product and designs and your quarterly subscription box. Matter of fact, I just opened up one recently. Monique, did you get your last box?
No, I'm about to call Juice.
Oh, you got to get you a box, but we'll talk about that later. Do I have one? Man, let me just go do a quick shameless plug.
Okay, he's cracking me up. He's cracking me up with his merch. Yes, say merch.
See, I told you my mentor is the best. I think he's trying to find a video. He done put us
so
all.
Kristen, and what year were you in before?
So what comes in the exclusively HBCU box? So this is so every 3 months you get a new box. So this was the East Coast box. So, it's a nice little keepsake box too. So if you got some photos, you can put your little yearbooks in. If you want to just kind of keep your important documents, it's a great box you can just have around the house. First of all, but then once you open the box, this one happened to have. Well, I took out some of the parts. So they'll customize the products to your school and to your size. So even though of course I went to Bethune Cookman, so I'm gonna get this hat. It was some other stuff in here too, but I know I wore that. It was a t-shirt and some other stuff. But then what I liked about this one, this came right around March-ish, and it had this nice little this little jacket, this
Oh
little vest.
wow.
The vest. I love a vest.
Yeah.
I love a
The
good
little
vest. Put it
vest
upside
situation.
down, but I love a vest.
That
Oh,
vest is
wow.
nice.
I love a
You
good
know, of
vest.
course, they monogram it and personalize it to your school.
Wait a minute, I like the vest better than my
Yeah.
my
So it also came with a shirt and some other stuff, but I know it one shirt. But every 3 months, I get a new box. With some
Yeah, I
stuff.
got the Black Power box with the cardigan and the shirt. That
Oh,
everybody,
yeah, that was a nice
that
one,
Blue Forest Panther shirt. I got it from you. I just didn't want
Oh,
no
wow.
twins that week.
You know? And but yeah, so if you want to get you a box, if you want to order a box, or if you want to just buy one particular item, listen, we got a promo code for you. Yeah, we got a promo code for you. We can save you a few dollars at the same time. If you're not live for the promo codes, I ain't even gonna hold you. But to learn more about that, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. I'm gonna get that promo code, and right after this.
You're not too cool for me. And in return, I reciprocate that sentiment. I'll never be too cool for you. I was a man with a plan, but now I'm a dad with a decree, and you can't take that from me. Please let it be noted that I told my job they can dock my pay. Right now it's just too important to take you to school every day. I want to be legendary for you. I want you to puff out your chest when you go to school, the same way I do. I walk taller because of you, because I found everything to live for.
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But I get it, you're busy, and busy people can't have prediabetes. I read that wrong. They can, okay? Just go to the site.
Selfie. Nailed it. Hey everyone, let me tell you about exclusively HBCU. They are more than your typical subscription box service. Their mission is to highlight and collaborate with other HBCU alums and entrepreneurs while providing opportunities and scholarships to current and future HBCU scholars. And did I mention they have a really great product line like this, and this, and even this. The company's aim is to bring awareness to HBCU's rich history and showcase why our alma maters are still relevant and essential today. Now, they want to continue their support by donating 10% of each sale to the United Negro College Fund by using the promo code UNCF at checkout. So go check out their website at www.exclusivelyyhbcu.com and grab you something nice for yourself or that HBCU student of yours. Better yet, sign up for the quarterly subscription box and use promo code UNCF at the checkout. And by the way, tell them that your Uncle Anthony sent you. There you go. Matter of fact, I just dropped in a better promo code, so now I can save you 15%. So use the promo code HBCU Alumni 15, and you can save 15% off your next order.
All right.
So, Anthony, I do want to say something, though. I loved your commercial. I'm going to say that, but you know you should have a commercial for your send-off because you do commercials. That's what you do.
Listen,
I'm looking at that like, how does he not have a send-off commercial? Hell.
I know, but
And next time you do the video, because I want to be on record because this is recorded. I want to be on record saying when you turn around in your next commercial and when you say tell them, you're not gonna say tell them Anthony Brown sent you. You're gonna say tell them Mr. HBCU sent you.
There you go. Hey, but you know what? That's how she introduced us at the Dayton one. I was like, oh my God. Kristen almost needed my inhaler. They was walking so fast through there. She's like, here go this, here go this. I was like, oh, Jesus. But it was so dope. It reminded me of May weekend. I don't know if the Central had May weekend when you went there?
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Yes.
That's
absolutely.
what it reminded me.
It's an event. So y'all putting this pressure on me. Like I'm like first year, no pressure. Nobody had any expectations of the Dayton area HBCU send up, and now y'all hyping it up. I'm like, oh Lord, I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight. But so yeah, we're excited about it though. Like I said, the support has been phenomenal. Well, one of the things I want to say, phenomenal, is so last year we had volunteers as an organization, a group called young ladies aspiring greatness called YLAG. And so we had their high school students. And so we had YLAG come out and volunteer because we want, again, my thought was I'm exposing these babies, these high achievers, these student leaders in our community. I'm exposing them to HBCUs. They're volunteering, but I'm exposing them. And I am so excited to say that several of the young ladies that graduated this year will now be coming to the send-off as guests because they are going to be HBCU students in the fall. So I'm excited that my little trick worked to have them come to volunteer, but they got exposed, and now they are several of them that graduated will be attending various HBCUs across the country.
Nice. Congratulations, definitely.
Congratulations. And you have the drill teams as well. I was in Dakota X. I don't know if they still with Louis Hugie was our drill team person. And
every little girl from Dayton. I'm not from Dayton, I'm originally from Lima. Every little girl from Dayton was in the drill team. Like it's part of the Dayton culture. Like that's what we had to bring them. That's what we had to invite the drill team. Like you can't say little girls in Dayton without saying drill team. And so we wanted to give them an opportunity to perform for us. For one, give them a new platform to perform, but we also wanted to expose them to HBCU. So yes, it's a rites of passage for Black girls growing up in Dayton is to be in the drill team.
Facts. Great facts. From 6 to I think I was 12. And we used to march in Central State Parade every single year. So I'm 6 years old thinking I'm on campus with big kids because I'm at the home.
You was. Girl, you was. Lima. I'm from Lima. We didn't get that exposure, so.
But now I know why they used to make us go home about 1 o'clock. I was like, okay, why we got to leave early? I used to be mad. I want to be out there seeing what everybody else doing. As soon as that fourth quarter hit, there's like time to go.
You ain't need to see what everybody else is doing. That's grown folk business. So, Christina, I was trying to ask you a question earlier. What year were you Miss Wilberforce, and what did it mean to you to be an HBCU queen?
Wow. So I was Miss Wilberforce 98, 99. And I grew up, much like you all probably did, the Ebony magazine highlighted the HBCU queens every year. And so it really was a dream come true for me. And it was also something that just to see the celebration of me becoming Miss Wilberforce across the campus, to be a voice. I was not a Greek. I was not, I was in the choir, but I wasn't considered to be the typical queen that was selected every year. And so I really got to be the students' queen when I was Miss Wilberforce. And so to be able to turn the tide of that a little bit and to highlight students who are active on the campus and who are amazing students in academics, but just didn't fit the normal mold. That was amazing, and I consider it to be a blessing by God that He allowed me to have that experience.
That is awesome. That is wonderful, and that's what HBCUs do.
Yeah.
They allow us to get up there, to spread our wings, to break down stereotypes,
and
to blaze new trails. And so that's awesome. Crystal, we have met, haven't we?
We may have. So
I think we did, because as you were talking, I'm like, I think I met her. So this was a couple of years ago at your dawn dance. Do you bring some students? Have you ever brought and one of them ended up attending? I know at least one of them came as a student following that.
Yes.
So my daughter Riley, she interviewed several of your students.
Yes. And me. She was like, I want to talk to her.
I remember some of you. So I'm like, Riley.
How is Riley? Yes.
And it's so funny because your student, that we saw her somewhere at Wilberforce, and she came up to Riley because she remembered Riley from interviewing her from when she was in high school, and now here she was a student at Wilberforce, and she ran up to Riley, and I'm like, oh, she looks familiar, and she let us know that Riley had interviewed her. So I just thought that was so cool.
Yeah, that was awesome, and I thank you for that experience again, Miss Riley, because that meant the world. That meant the world to those students, to be highlighted like that, and just for a young lady like her to see them standing there, there for campus visitation, there to learn information about the school, and for her to notice them, and then to want to highlight them, and just kind of want to talk to them about why they want to be a part of the HBCU. That meant the world to them. So,
I want to shout out Wilberforce again too, because we talk about bringing students to campus, and I want to challenge all alumni. Take that opportunity. students, whether they're from your church group or from your kids' volleyball team or whatever, take these babies to campuses. Many of them are open now for tours. Start exposing the students to the campuses. Yes. I brought some young ladies up from Lima, and we with the Miss Opportunity contestants. It was our first year having an event in 20 years. So I brought them up on the field trip, and it was during Dawn Dance. And when I tell you, the students, our tour guide, Mr. and Miss Wilberforce, they showed my students so much love. I mean, Miss Wilberforce, they got up on stage. They during like the step show, they shouted out our group. Our kids were so excited. It's an event that they will never ever forget.
Never.
At Wilberforce University, they were treated like royalty by royalty, and it was amazing.
That is awesome. And like you said, exposure, and that's something new that we're doing as an organization this year. Is we teamed up with the B Project, so we're going to start doing tours. Because y'all know my motto, if they're not doing it, I'm going to find a way to get it done. Because I don't want any excuse. You know, you're not going to expose them. I got it. No worries. I got it.
I love it. Love it.
But I want to thank, now this is like history right here. This is 42 Shuffle Week right here.
Right. 42,
all right.
Yes.
They don't know, now they know.
Now they know.
So I am extremely excited that this is not just the HBCU send-off. This is the first week that I've ever had Wilberforce and Central on the same
show. Okay, we made history. Yes.
Yes.
But as
Wilberforce and Central are part, it's a part of my daily life. Oh, my husband is an Wilberforce alum.
Y'all family anyway.
We all family. Like I said, my sister, you know, she's a proud Wilberforce alum. My husband is a proud Wilberforce alum. So yeah, I see that Route 42 shuffle every day.
It's awesome because I think it's important for us to highlight too with Central State and Wilberforce. So Central State, we're across the street from each other, and so you get the both worlds. And so you have the smaller institution in Wilberforce where you want to go back to your dorm, be at peace after you done attended the party at Central State with all those people. But you get the both worlds. And so you get the big, large campus with the band and the football team. But then you also get the small campus experience. And so in one community, you get an amazing HBCU experience, well-rounded HBCU experience.
Absolutely. There was a alum from Central, and I was at Dawn Dance, and she was from Central. She was from Detroit, and her daughter was a Wilberforce student. Her daughter was a cheerleader, and she was like, "I am so shocked that my daughter wanted to come to Wilberforce." And I'm like, why didn't she want to go to Central? I thought she was, wanted to go to a bigger school. We from Detroit, and she said her daughter wanted a smaller, more home-like environment, and her daughter was thriving at Wilberforce. And she said, I never would have thought that my daughter would have wanted a smaller institution. She said, but Wilberforce fits her perfectly.
Yep. And that's what it's about, right? Matching our young people to the institution that works well for them so that they can succeed.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because I did my academics at Wilberforce and my social life.
She did.
Sorry.
I used to be, and I'm expose myself. I'm gonna be real transparent. I know we got to get ready to go. I'm expose myself. And Antoine Shackelford, I know he's watching, and if he's not, he was watching. If he's still not watching, I'm sure he's gonna come back and watch this part. But I'm gonna expose myself. At Central, we used to have this little thing. We was like, because we had so many more guys on our campus than y'all did, because we had the football team and a lot of the sports and stuff. And I remember we used to be like, why do these girls keep coming over here? Leave our guys alone. And one time, Antoine was bringing a group of girls from Wilberforce because they wanted to visit Central. They were freshmen and they were a little scared. And he was like, y'all ain't got nothing to be afraid of. They were just, intimidated by the larger school. Okay. And they were scared. He was like, no, come with me. He was student ambassador from Central. He was like, come with me. So me being a mean girl I was, and I'm not that no more. I seen all these girls. I was like, go back across the street. Leave my boys alone. I was saying it to be funny, but he said they were so terrified. Because everything that they were afraid of happened. Like, the bully girls from Central telling us to go back across the street.
If it make you feel any better, they thought I went to Central State until they, I think we had a convocation or something, and I sung a solo. And they was like, why is she up there singing the solo? She go to Central. I was like, it's my school.
But it's so crazy that, I yelled at those girls because Antoine won't let me live that down to this day. 20 years later, he won't let me live it down. But it's so funny that I was like, leave our guys alone. And y'all see who I'm married to. A Wilberforce alum. So, ooh.
Got you back. You didn't even know it was coming.
How did that happen?
Hey, I have no
hypocrite. I'm such a hypocrite.
The barn parties did.
That's where we met. I met my husband at a barn party. That is our
wow.
That is part of our love story. I met my husband at a barn party.
Oh wow.
And I met some people at the ballroom. And then you being transparent, and I hope nobody pays attention to this part of the replay, but I used to go to where y'all have pool, the union.
Mm-hmm.
And me and my best friend, rest her soul, she's deceased, but we used to play pool, and they thought because I wore glasses and I looked nerdy, I couldn't do different things. So yeah, that gave me some grocery money for the week.
So you was over there. You was over there hustling.
Cleaned them out.
You was hustling through a union.
So it's a good thing going to school across the street from each other. You can always go back home because Central State had curfews. You knew when that 11:59 hit, everybody started running. They had to be in them doors. But I'm not gonna hold y'all long. If Anthony want to come back and give some remarks, that's fine. But give us a last push.
She said I ain't gonna hold you long.
She took your turn. She took your turn.
Learn from the best. That's what he said. I ain't gonna hold you.
I ain't gonna hold you long.
They see you done heard some of my secrets about Wilberforce.
I ain't heard nothing. I was just being real quiet.
Thank you, Jesus. Don't judge me. Don't judge me. My academics came from Wilberforce. My social life was at Central State. Sorry.
But we aren't just a party school, so I want to dispel that myth.
Right.
Dispelling that myth.
They are not just a party school. I mean, we had to go over, oh God, this probably might bring back some memories for Kristen, but we used to have to go because the soprano section, I don't know why they were so hard on us. We really was the best section in the choir.
Absolutely.
But we had to go sit at Central State rehearsal.
Yes.
And watch them to become a better section. So I used to be like, oh my God, do we got to go to Central? Please don't make us walk across 42 today.
And they did.
And they did.
Well, listen, before we get up out of here, because these ladies right here will go down memory lane about all their Central State and Wilberforce memories. We want to share again with our viewing audience again about these phenomenal, fabulous send-off celebrations are going to be happening right here in Ohio and in Pennsylvania. Again, we want to remind everybody about the Dayton IAC Inter-Alumni Council HBCU send-off. Registration is now open June 26th, 2022 from 1 to 4 p.m. at the Hope Center campus right there in the heart of Dayton, Ohio. You don't want to miss it. It's going to be a phenomenal, fabulous time. Again, we put the link in the chat as well. If you want to snatch this QR code right here real quick, you can. And we want to shout out again all of the sponsors making this event happen. We want to shout out Cleveland for their 9th annual HBCU send-off. Also on the same day, Sunday, June 26th from 2 to 6 p.m. We had to flip to more of a drive-through because of the pandemic is not over, people. It ain't over. It ain't over.
No.
And so Cuyahoga County right now here in Ohio has now gone to red. So to be cautious and safe, we're going to do it as a drive-by situation, but we still want you to have fun and have a great time. And then in Pittsburgh, July 23rd, 2022 at the West End Overpark from 1 to 7 p.m. Again, you can check the Facebook link that we put also in the chat. Monique, do we have a flyer for you? Oh, there we go.
I'm going to say you should.
There we go.
There we go.
August 6th, down in South Texas, the HBCU Experience Summer Send-Off. Come out and meet some of the newest and brightest students going off to college. No matter you are a new student or returning student or an alum, come out and join any of these celebrations. If you think you want to get involved and maybe start one in your community, it doesn't take a lot. All you gotta do is just pull together some alumni and just pull your resources together and just network and just say, and commit to it. The bottom line is you got to commit to it. Yeah. Even if you commit small. Again, I know in Cleveland, we started off real small as just a cookout for alumni, and we just said we're going to do one or two few little items, and we just started growing. And now Dayton, they took off a big bite. But listen, they did it. I've been watching Pittsburgh do their thing over the years, I had a chance to go to Pittsburgh last year as well, and they had a great time. They had some vendors, they had the food, they had the celebration. We had a great time. So again, wherever you are, you know, and then Monique, her celebration, they had a big old party. They made it like a vendor celebration, boutiques. They had presentations and videos and all that kind of stuff for there. So they had a whole experience. So whatever you do, make it enjoyable for our students. Again, welcome them to their new home.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Definitely. I don't even have no remarks after that. We just passed the collection. But no, you will probably see me on a lot talking about these send-offs, talking about scholarship opportunities. I had a challenge from a parent. So if you are following A Better Chance for Youth Futures on Facebook, even in some of the newsletters, we are going to start posting scholarship opportunities because some of our freshmen may be secure, but some of our students that are past freshmen need help most. And I said, hey, I can't let them go out like that. So you're going to start seeing me posting more and coming on live more, telling them where they can find the money. So
that's awesome. And I want to say thank you because I've been trying to beat that drum for a couple of years now to say, you know, we giving all the money to the freshmen, but we keep saying to and through. We want to get them to and through, but we're not doing enough on that through side. So we got to start offering some scholarships to these upperclassmen because they're the ones who really need it. We just think we can get them on campus and they're going to finish. But no, we got to get our retention numbers up. And to do that, we have to, you know, provide the finances in some of these scholarships. So I want to really get that out there. We got to start, you know, providing more scholarships for upperclassmen and not just for freshmen.
That's good. That's all I have. So Crystal and Angie, do y'all have anything else after that? If not, I'm looking forward to see good things from these send-offs. I'm excited.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate your platform and getting the word out about HBCUs. This is awesome. So thank you.
Oh, you are so welcome. Thank you for coming on a Wednesday.
Bible study night. Oh, wait, don't tell Pastor.
So no, thank y'all for coming. Thank you, Anthony, for all your hard work. Check-ins you have with me when I'm crying about stuff and just pushing me to be great. I'm like, Anthony, you really want me to do that? Yes, do it. And so thank you for that. I need that kind of push because it has me to be who I am now as far as organization and an advocate for HBCUs, especially in an area where it's not that popular, but hey, I've learned the squeaky wheel gets the attention. So
yeah. There you go.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And thank you, Chrissy, my woo choir person for hopping on. I was like, she's not gonna come. She always busy. But thank you.
I was not trying to be on here live. I was trying to be in the chat. But thank you for having me. And awesome work that you're doing.
As soon as I saw you, as soon as I saw you, like, I'm calling Jeff. Hey, I got your girl on the show. Yeah, drop your information. Okay.
See how they do me, Angie?
I see. That's okay. But you met the challenge though. You was ready because you stay ready. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Hey. So I love it. I will definitely put this in this week's newsletter. I'm gonna do as soon as I get off of here with y'all. If y'all need anything shared, you have my permission. I might just make you admins on my page so more information can get out. So that way on the Facebook page, if you got something going on in Dayton, y'all know I have students I service there. Pittsburgh, I service students there, as well as Cleveland and now Seattle. So any information you want out, I said that kind of wrong. Any information that you want to get out, email me. I will post it in my newsletter and on my site. We have to take this advocacy to a new level. So I accept the challenge from Angela with the scholarships not getting given to the older students. And I also am challenging y'all with getting the information out.
So. Thanks, Monique.
Thank you, everybody, for watching. We'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.